time that we want to use the move object, but this time instead of moving the whole object, we want to just edit some features of like an object that we are working on. So right now I have three objects here. What I'm going to do is that I'm going to delete these two. So I'm going to go over creating window and then selecting these two objects. I don't need this one as well, so I'm going to delete that as well. Now I'm going to zoom in on this object that you see here. It's like a symbol, like a box that I create some sort of a hole within that. So let's say that this is represent my building, and I have two like a wall facing each other on this side, but the dimension here between these two sides is actually not the one that I want. So what I want to do is that I'm going to shift this wall a little bit inside. So one way of doing this is that I can go here and then using the selection tool. So I'm on the selection tool, click on this wall and double click so it select the whole like edge as well. And I'm going to go over here, click on the move, or I can just type M, and then I use the move tool in order to, like for example, adjust this wall. Let's say for example this wall has to be going inside like 3 feet. So now this like a backyard that I have here is a little bit larger than that. I can also manipulate like one edge of the building. So let's say that I want to bring this wall, this side, to have like some sort of a little bit higher than compared to that one, so create some sort of slope roof for this side of the building. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to press space, I'm going to click on this edge, and now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to again use the move tool and get this corner, and this time goes up, and then let's say for example I'm going to go like 2 feet up, and then now this side of the building it just go up. And you have to be making sure that whenever you're trying to move object around, you are kind of snapping that to the right axis, or like for example is YZ, or you snap it to like for example the edge that you're trying to move things around. And things can get like a little bit get more exciting. So for example I want to like for example bring this to a little bit outward. So when I'm looking at it, it's kind of creates some sort of a feeling of inviting. So I'm going to press space this time and then select this edge. And I'm going to use the move tool again. And this time I want to bring this, not that direction, maybe this back here. So that will be the side. So it creates some sort of an opening for this. And you notice that I tried to move this in, and the SketchUp didn't let me do that, because probably the time that I tried to move this edge, it's basically kind of bound to other side of my building. Let's try it on the other side. So I'm going to go here, I'm going to select this edge, and I'm trying to use the move tool. And then I'm going to go, and you see that this one, it just let me use freely going to the X or Y axis. There's no issue with that. So since we did that on the other side, I'm going to go over here. I'm going to go that reference line, and I'm going to go and then place it right there. So I use that reference point in order to move this in the right axis. So we're going to do it one more time. I click on this corner, and I'm going to go all the way to this side to make sure that that corner is going to be used as my reference point. And let's see, and we'll see that this is now in the y-axis and then kind of a reference to the other line. So now I start editing one piece at a time, different like a feature of my design.